Welcome to Better Than Yesterday. The simple fact is, you could be doing more with your life. And so could I. We all could. It can be easy to look at a day, which is simply 24 hours, made up of 60 minutes, and think that there is not enough time, that you are simply full to the brim, your day is packed, there's nothing more that you could do in your day. But this is just simply not the case. I want you to take the time to actually, and this is something I've done quite recently, is to take the time to think, what are some of the activities that you would, in an ideal world, include in your day? And this could look like a lot of different things. This could look like maybe going to the gym. Maybe this is something that you haven't implemented into your schedule. And maybe if it is, maybe you're only doing it once or twice a week, and you just can't find the time to squeeze it in on any of the other days. So take the time. It could be going for a run. It could be reading. It could be opening a new business. Maybe you've got some idea that you want to get started on. It could be taking short courses, and etc., etc. There's many different things that you could want to add into your day. And initially, right now, it might feel like you won't be able to do that. The first hardest part about doing this kind of thing is that in the beginning, it can feel quite difficult to add new activities into your day. I know this because, for example, this week I've actually started an internship, my first sort of job in the field that I've studied. So right now I'm completing studies and also doing an internship, which takes up a lot of my time. And then I still want to be doing activities such as making episodes for Better Than Yesterday and being involved on this community and on this platform, and as well as being involved at the church I go to, and relationships, all sorts of different things that need to be fit into the day. So the easy excuse that comes to mind initially is that you just don't have the time. And the reason why this is not the case is, think about it now. How much time every day do you spend scrolling on social media? You can actually check the statistics on your phone, but I would recommend don't just check the statistics on your phone, check it on your laptop as well and see how much time you're spending on there. And you'll realize that if you were to cut a lot of that out, you would give yourself an extra, probably more, but let's say an hour to an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours every day. Even if it's just 1 hour, that is an extra hour that you could take to go to the gym, to get started in a new business, whatever it is that you want to do. So that's an extra hour every day. And I think we can all agree that scrolling on social media is not the most productive use of your time. So it's something that is quite easy to cut out, and it's not necessary. Then, straight up, I'm going to be calling you out, and sometimes myself as well, to be fair. Even these little activities and things that we do, like, when you are eating, for example, you put on a YouTube video, and then you end up eating your food, and then you end up sitting there at the counter watching this YouTube video for half an hour. Cutting out things like that is going to save up a lot of time in your day. So, when you really start to think, is that excuse viable? Oh, I don't have time. I don't think it is. Cutting out things like that, just a stupid example, but I'm sure it's something that a lot of us do. And there's even another example that I thought of, like I have to drive through quite a long commute. It takes me almost 40 minutes or so to get to where I'm doing my internship, and in that time, it's a great time. Initially, that you look at that and you're like, oh, that's an extra 40 minutes there and 40 minutes back. That's taken out of my day. I'm going to have even less time. But what I've done is started to listen to podcasts, which is something I enjoy doing, and it's an activity that I actually enjoy having as part of my day. And so I download a podcast episode, and then I'll listen to that on the way to work. So you have to find creative and maybe become a little bit creative in finding ways to make time for all of these extra activities. But these are some great examples of extra time in your life that actually is there. And then the two greatest secret weapons actually that I've found for doing more with your life and just doing more activities and being able to squeeze in a lot more things than you actually thought you were capable of is the weekends. So for example, I find young people, and it's just natural, you think, okay, Saturday and Sunday, that can't be used for work, that doesn't count as my time, because obviously I've got to be resting on Saturday and Sunday. I've got to be going out with mates. I've got to be playing video games, watching Netflix. That's my time off. And fair enough, you are allowed some time off. But if you choose to utilize the time that you have on the weekends, i.e. Friday nights, Saturdays, Sundays. If you use that time again for productivity, perhaps gymming on the weekends, going for runs, it's a great time to do that kind of thing. Even starting a new business, you might be studying full-time Monday to Friday, but then the weekends is that time that you might be not utilizing right now, but if you did, you would realize that you really do have a lot of time open. And the second extremely important thing and amazing thing that I've realized just also recently is the fact that I've had to wake up quite a lot earlier recently. And this has just opened my eyes to the fact that the world is still functioning, from like 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And some people are out there grinding during those hours while you are still sleeping. And you might be even sleeping later, at 9, 10 o'clock. These are hours that you could be using to do all of these activities. We did that exercise earlier to think about what you wanted to include in your life. Well, this is time that you could be using, and right now you aren't. So you quickly realize that excuse of saying, oh, I don't have time to do this extra activity, I wish I could. Well, you can. You can. If you really want to, you can find the time. And as long as you obviously aren't overworking yourself, you don't want to be at the point where you have no spare time. There's obviously a balance, but I think if you are in a situation where you want to add a few new things into your life and you want to do more with your time, consider these different options of adding more time into your day, and you'll be able to get a lot more done, and you'll be doing a lot more with your life. And we made a video actually on this channel, quite interesting enough, about capacity. And I know we spoke earlier as well that the fact that it can be difficult in the beginning when you add a new activity into your life, and it will be. Let's say you start waking up an hour earlier and you start scrolling on social media for an hour less, and you've got 2 extra hours of the day, you start being productive in those hours. Initially it's going to be a bit tiring, you might feel quite overwhelmed, but capacity is an amazing thing. It is a muscle, it is something that grows. So the more you get used to adding those extra 2 hours of productivity into your day, and whatever you're working on, the more you get used to it, and at the end of the day you're going to be able to do a lot more, and eventually, probably a month or two into that, you'll start to think, sure, where can I open up even more time so that I can actually do even more with my day? And final thing is just to get started on it now. A lot of times we can watch videos like this, or just listen to ideas like this, and we're like, oh, that sounds great, but we don't actually end up putting it into practice. And that's what I'm trying to do right now by coming home late from a long day out, working, and I'm still gonna hit the gym after recording this episode, but I wanted to squeeze in some time for Better Than Yesterday. And so I'm putting this into practice, and I hope you guys will be too, finding the time to do the activities that keep you going, that make you tick, and that are gonna make your life meaningful and fulfill your deepest purpose. So appreciate you guys for listening to me speaking. I hope it's been quite valuable for you guys. And I'm so sorry that Daniel and I have not been able to record a video together for so long. We really want to. Our time schedules have not been aligning. But we hope that you guys are enjoying this individual content that we've been posting, and please let us know if you are. And you might have noticed that Better Than Yesterday is now called BTY. We have rebranded, and please let us know what you guys think of this, and share it to your friends. Get them a part of the movement and a part of what we're doing here at Better Than Yesterday, and allow them to become part of the BTY team as we all move forward together, in this journey of being better than who we were yesterday. But excited for what's to come. We're planning to do big things with this channel. We want to take it to the next level, just by always improving. We try and implement our philosophy into this channel by just each and every video we want to be a little bit better than the last. So please give us some feedback, share this with your mates, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Much love from Better Than Yesterday.